Former President Donald Trump is facing state charges in New York and Florida and a federal case out of D.C.
That's right. But if he faces charges here in Georgia, as most people expect, that case would be different for one distinct and important reason. Political reporter Doug Reardon joining us live now outside the Fulton County Courthouse. A
Fulton County trial would be a more public affair, Doug.
Right, guys, that could play out on television. Of course, we know that cameras aren't allowed ever in federal courtrooms. And unlike New York and Miami, where the former president is facing his other state charges, Georgia actually has a pretty lax policy on allowing cameras in court proceedings. So if the former president is to be charged here in Fulton County, as is widely expected, this could be the only of his legal cases to play out on live television. While some still images and sketches have come out of courtrooms Donald Trump has found himself in over the course of his 3 indictments, the one expected here in Fulton County could give us a rare televised glimpse of a former president on trial.
Georgia courts traditionally have allowed the media and the public in so that everyone can scrutinize how our process actually works.
As a local attorney, Josh Schiffer has spent a lot of time arguing cases on camera.
Only by having that transparency can good complaints rise to the top and be dealt with. And it's all in an effort to make the process work better to produce justice.
The public needs to see this trial.
If Trump faces charges in Fulton County, a televised case is all but certain, says J. Tom Morgan, a former DeKalb County prosecutor who tried Georgia's first ever televised court case.
It's a great way to educate the public about what's going on in the third branch of government.
Outside certain cases with juvenile victims or witnesses, a Georgia judge would need to have a good reason for barring cameras from the courtroom. As a former prosecutor, Morgan says you get more transparency and better testimony from witnesses when there's a public eye on the proceedings.
Knowing that not only a jury, a judge, and lawyers are watching, but the entire public is watching, my experience has been they are more prone to do the best they can to give accurate statements in court.
And so again, this is all still very up in the air. We still don't know if charges will even be announced. CNN did report this week, however, that District Attorney Willis might seek as many as a dozen indictments in this case. We're live outside the Fulton County Courthouse. Doug Reardon, Atlanta News First.
Doug, thank you. Now, do you have questions about all this? If you do, you can send an email to news@wanf.com, or you can look for our social media posts and reply with what you want to know. We will be answering your questions live on air next week.